How are you doing today, Jackie?
I'm doing well.
I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about your 50 for 50 challenge. I've read a press release about it, and I just want to ask you a couple of questions based on that.
Okay.
Alrighty. The first question is, how did this 50 for 50 challenge come to be?
So the Marshall Public Library has been doing this 50-50 book quest challenge for several years now. I actually inherited it from the previous public services librarian. And I want to say we've been doing it for at least 7 or 8 years.
Nice. And what would you say was the best parts of those things? Or the best part of the inheriting that program?
So I love our 50-50 book quest challenge. Every year we pick a slightly different theme, and we kind of center our 50 books in 50 weeks challenge around that theme. And my favorite thing that I hear as people come and turn in their completions is how much a program like this gets people to stretch. It challenges them, first of all, to try and read 50 books in a year, but also just stretch beyond maybe what they would normally read in trying to find books that meet all of the different categories.
Alrighty. Here's one of the next questions. What does the challenge entail?
So the the challenge is extended to adults, teens, and children. For adults, the idea is to read a full 50 books in 50 weeks, a different book for each category. For the children, it's to read a minimum of 30 books in the year, and it's a chapter book challenge, so it's still trying to get them to read longer books. And they still have up to 50 categories, so they can go ahead and read all 50 books. But the minimum they have to do is 30 books. This year's teen challenge is a little bit different. Our young adult librarian has decided to center the challenge around Harry Potter and the houses of Hogwarts. And so each house is a checkpoint. So each house has 12 or 13 categories that are based around the characteristics for the houses of the Hogwarts and Harry Potter world. So, like, for example, the first checkpoint or house is Gryffindor, and then it's all of the things that you would associate with Gryffindor. Bravery, adventure, quests, the color red, that kind of thing. So they still have 50 categories total to try and read over the course of the year. It's just broken down so they can tackle it 12 books or so at a time.
Nice. Personally, for me, I am either a Hufflepuff or a Ravenclaw. And I'm also the son of a librarian as well up here in Rexburg, Idaho. So that's a big benefit to me. You actually answered one of my other questions about who can participate, but I'll re-edit that question is, what is the age limit for the people between children, teens, and adults?
So I will say, to further answer the first piece of the question, you do have to have a Marshall Public Library card to at least get a prize at the end. All of our stuff is available on our website at marshallpl.org. You can find the reading log and you can participate no matter where you are. But in order to get the prize at the end, you do have to have a Marshall Public Library card. So as far as the ages for each of the challenges, children are considered elementary school age kids. So like 5 or 6 to 11 or so. And then for the teen challenge, it's middle school and high school kids. So that 12 to 17 age range. And then the adult challenge is 18 and older.
Alrighty. Question number 4. If there are any extra details, if you care to share, because I'm dying to find out a little bit more.
So I will say, as I mentioned, we've done this for several years in a row. And we always pick a theme. This last year for 2024, when we did the challenge, the theme was a book tasting. So the prize that everyone is going to be getting for completing the challenge is an apron that has the logo on it. I haven't yet decided what our prize will be this year, but our theme this year is reading around the world. So the idea is to read books that really take you all over the place. So some of our categories include each of the continents is listed as a category, city, country, home, mountain, staycation was a fun new one, wilderness, space, season. Those are just some of our more fun categories to stretch us to reading around the world.
I actually really like exploring the world around, and even you can do it from your very own bedroom, actually, and it's a kind of an amazing thing. Well, I was actually going to ask you if there was a prize for winning this, but you already said it. But
yes, like I said, I don't know what I'm going to have our prize be, but it's probably going to be something themed around the idea of travel or reading around the world.
Alrighty. What do you think was your best year?
Ooh, our best year. Give me 1 second. I'm going to look up what some of our previous categories were.
Well, I mean about how many people participated, as far as you know.
Oh, how many people participated? I will say we saw a decrease from 2023 to 2024. So we had a better year in 2023. I'm not sure what the stats were from previous to that, because that's when I inherited it, was the 2023 challenge. But in 2023, we had 138 people complete the challenge. In 2024, we had 114 people complete the challenge.
Ah. I'm just really hoping that you guys get more personally for me, because I really like when people complete challenges, especially reading challenges. But another question I have to ask you is, how many do you think will participate in this year, or you're hopefully doing either for the Hogwarts challenge or for the Around the World challenge?
I'm hopeful that we especially see more teens participating. We didn't have very many teens reach the mark in 2024, but I'm hoping that with this tiered challenge where they can have checkpoints, that even if they don't read a whole 50 books, even if they read 12 books, they can still say they participated and they completed a piece of the challenge. As far as adults and children, I'm really hopeful that we can get some more participation this year. People have a number of ways that they can participate. We have both paper logs that they can use. We also have an app called Beanstack where people can track their challenge progress there. So we hope to really see some more Beanstack.
So like BEANSTACK, right?
Correct.
Alrighty, so you keep track of your challenges like that?
Yes.
I got to make sure that I got that right, because that's actually a pretty awesome name for an app.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. Beanstack is an interesting little app. Different libraries around the country use Beanstack, and they all track differently. Some people use it for tracking summer reading challenges, because you can track by how many days somebody reads or how many minutes somebody reads. For this challenge, because it's based on books, we're logging how many books you're reading. And it has all the categories listed on there. And so then all you have to do to log on the app, just like you do on the paper, is write in a title and author of the book that you completed.
Alrighty. And here's another one of the questions is, have you done this challenge in the past? And if so, what did you think about it?
Have I personally done the challenge? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yes, I've completed this challenge myself. at least the last 5 years.
And what
And
what do you think of it from the past thing?
I would say, just like other people who have participated, and I mentioned earlier, it has really stretched what I enjoy reading. I never would have picked up a nonfiction book before I started taking this challenge. And now I find that I really like narrative nonfiction and people telling their own stories, memoirs, things like that. I'm also never been a big mystery reader as an adult reader. And I have found a few mystery series that I really enjoy. I find that I'm very much a cozy mystery person. If you're familiar with what a cozy mystery is.
Is that like Agatha Christie and those other kinds of mystery novels like The Murder on the Orient Express and so forth?
Not exactly. So cozy mysteries are the idea that somebody is kind of accidentally a sleuth. So, for example, one of my current favorite cozy mysteries is a series called the oh my gosh, the name just slipped out of my head. The Secret Book and Scone Society by Ellery Adams. And she owns a bookshop in this small cozy town of Miracle Springs. And she's living her life, you know, she's in her 40s and a bookstore owner and doing her thing. And people just kind of keep dying in the background, and she's got to go solve those mysteries.
Whoa. Not gonna lie.
Cozy mystery is like the idea that like it's a normal person living their normal life, and then, oh, by the way, there's a murder happening, and we got to go become a sleuth now.
Whoa.
Even if that's not like your regular job.
I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, it is a very good thing, honestly.
It's fun.
Alrighty. I got two more other questions left. If you had the opportunity to convince someone to join your little challenge, what would you say? This is like your self-promo bit, if you want to.
I would say that even if somebody isn't able to complete the challenge, to read all 50 books, just attempting to do it and making that effort can give you such a feeling of accomplishment. Trying out some books that you might not have tried out otherwise, and exposing you to what's out there in terms of books. Trying to see how you would fit the categories is a challenge in and of itself. You know, like I said, some of the continents are our challenge. So if you had, say, the category of Africa, are you going to read a book written by an African author? Are you going to read a book that takes place in Africa? Are you going to read a book where Africa is mentioned in some other way? Do you know what I mean? So there's challenges within the challenge. And like I said, even if doing all 50 seems a little bit intimidating at first, just diving in and giving it a shot, what's the harm in that?
Honestly, there is no harm in that as far as I can see. Opening up a book definitely opens up one's mind and enables them to have a deeper imagination, deeper research, and just a deeper appreciation of life.
So much truth in what you just said, yes.
Honestly, a book about Mariana's Trench is so deep, it's not even funny. I'm sorry, that was a stupid joke, but I'm leaving this in. This is a stupid bit, but I've got one last question because I feel like I've taken a lot of your time there.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Alrighty. My last question is that if you have any contact information for anybody wanting to join the challenge, you know, to get themselves a library card or just to obtain more information on this challenge that hasn't been covered here, could you give some of your contact information for about who to contact for this challenge?
Absolutely. So I kind of oversee the challenge for the children and the adults. So I'm going to give you my contact information so you can give me a call. Again, my name is Jackie Wood. I am a public services librarian at the Marshal Public Library in Pocatello, and you can give me a call at 208-2 632-1263, extension 112, or you can send me an email at jwood@marshallpl.org. If there are anybody interested in the teen challenge, if you also want to just contact me and I can forward you on to our teen librarian, Gracie.
Alrighty. Thank you for allowing me to talk with you about this issue, because as I already know that people have not been getting into reading except for certain groups, and I want more people to be reading overall. And I personally think that this can be a great opportunity in order to get people reading. Like, I was a part of my mom's summer reading programs years ago, and I read all the way through. I read thousands upon thousands of pages, and it just made me feel very, very happy, actually, just to read all those and to be a part of a community that's so integral to the community, and just to build a better world around us.
Yes.